Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Back to Back Boys. This is episode 2. Whoever thought we'd make it this far? I don't know about you, Zach. I certainly didn't.
Hey, we made it past one.
Hey, that's keep
Got one
stacking.
foot right in front of the other. That's all we need.
Keep stacking. That's what we were always told. So, episode 2. Um, Honestly, just quickly want to say thank you for how well received episode 1 was. We had talked about this for a while. We had no idea like what was going to happen. Like we recorded it. We're like, if we thought we said something stupid, we are like, no one's really going to listen anyway. But that was not the case at all. So just, I guess I can't say we're surprised because we know how incredible, Jackrabbit Nation is. We had firsthand experience of that, but just thank you guys. We hope you continue to listen, and hopefully we can just bring a little bit of, stupid humor and joy to you guys. So I don't know if you have anything to add on that, Zach.
I want to echo exactly what you said. It was, you said you weren't surprised because you know how great people are. I was surprised just a little bit how much that they, SDSU fans are great. We're stupid guys just talking football. And we obviously appreciate, I was at the game on Saturday. And I had a few people, just random people come up to me and tell me, hey, great, like, love the podcast, like, stuff like that. Like, me and Garrett, we had talked about doing this for a while, like he had mentioned. It was like, even if a couple people liked it, we never thought, it would be something that, a lot of people enjoyed. And obviously it's still in its infant stages, but just after 1 week, the support and the love for it that we got was great. So appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. And with that, let's just get right back into it. Hobo Day, Jackrabbits get a nice 31-3 win over those dreaded UNI Panthers when they come to town on Hobo Day. Everybody gets a little spooked, but I mean, defense, 3 points, can't really shake a stick at that. You're going to win a lot of ball games if you only give up 3 points.
Yeah, it was a different kind of a feel, I happened to be there. And it was, you could feel that we were expecting to do more. The entire fans saying it was like, it felt like we could, and whether it be one play here, one play there, just never, it didn't feel smooth. Like it didn't feel like a well-oiled machine, especially in, again, not that it was the end all be all, but like when we had played Mercyhurst, we didn't look like there was a thing wrong with us. And so I think, you know, obviously, do I want it to be better? Yes. Like, we're not going to beat the good teams in the country playing like we did on Saturday. But also, we tend to forget that a 28-point win on Hobo Day, if you told us before, you said, hey, they're going to win by 28, but great. Defense is going to allow 3 points. They're going to play really good. Great. Like, you know, so I guess that's kind of my initial gut reaction. I mean, yeah, that's kind of
Yeah, you were there. I wasn't able to make it. I was just watching on TV, but I definitely agree with what you said. And I can definitely envision how maybe just kind of like just everybody in the stadium was frustrated. Players, like fans, coaches, like everybody just maybe wanted to see, maybe like flash. I don't know if flash is the right word, but, like, again, you can't complain about a conference win at home, sellout crowd, like 28-point win. Like, I know I saw a couple people on about it on Twitter, but it's like, how lucky are we that we can sit here and pick apart a 28 or a 28-point win, 31-3 conference victory and be like, I don't know. Just that just wasn't it. It's like, yeah, but you won by by a large margin. Like there's fan bases who would love nothing more than for that to be the case, to wake up Sunday, be like, sick, dude, like we won. Like that's all they care about. So again, it's just, it's the expectation that comes with, what has been built in Brookings the last few years. There is a very high bar for excellence, and the fans, want to see that. But, obviously everybody in that building wants to meet that as well. So I have full faith that they're going to keep getting better. Like, we're 6-0 now, like about halfway through the regular season. And I know we talk about all the time, but like the season, if it goes your way, you're building the whole way through, and you're just looking to peak at the right time. So like those moments when it may be a little clunky and everything's not hitting, like it should or like you want it to have that be the case and be 6-0, like that's what you want. Like you're as opposed to 4-2 or 3-3, there's still nothing in the loss column. So to be able to figure out what your deficiencies are, what you need to address as the season progresses is huge.
Yeah, and like you had mentioned, there was a standard that is at STSU. We didn't hit it at the game on Saturday, but for a little bit of perspective, I will throw this out there for the STSU fans who we very vividly remember, especially two of us, the 2022 season. People love to remember that season because we played very, very well in the playoffs and, we got rolling at the end. We forget the start to that season wasn't great. Like the start to this season has already been better than the start to our season. We had the big clunker at Iowa that, our offense, again, if we want to talk about good defense, bad offense, like there was on Saturday, that was us at this point. We played a UC Davis team who was a playoff team, beat them by 2. We then played Butler at home, took care of them. We beat Missouri State by 2 touchdowns. And then coming into kind of the same range where we're at right now, we played Western Illinois at home and beat them 34-10. Like,
Which
I'm sure people were saying the same thing. And Western Illinois has just got to be worse
I was going to
than
say,
Northern Iowa was Saturday.
in terms of beating Western Illinois, like all due respect, that's not cutting it. If you can only beat
No,
Western Illinois, 34-10, like that's not good enough.
not at all.
Yeah.
And then our sixth game that year was playing USD at home, and we beat them 28-3. And they were a fine team, but again, it wasn't. We hadn't pieced it together. And even after that, we got the big road win at NDSU, which was massive. But then we go on the road again and play UND, and we go down 14-0 early. Like the point I'm trying to get across, I guess, here, especially late in the season, it was clunky. It was, you're like you had mentioned, we're building towards the playoffs. And especially in the FCS, when you get home field advantage until championship game, playing in Brookings is such a big advantage. Like there's a reason why the 1 seed in the dance normally makes it to Frisco and now to Nashville. Like that's a big deal. And if we can go through and we can take care of all of these games, obviously bigger games ahead. But if we can, we have experience, we have stuff like that through the games that we've played. If we can go through and, continue to win these games and get that home field throughout the playoffs. That's really the big thing that we're trying to get throughout the regular season is that experience in the home field to me.
Yeah. Like it's a long season. You just, like I said, you hope you can peak at the right time and, just keep putting the pieces together. I thought Chase looked incredible. That dude is just looking better and better every week. And, I know we have been around him. Like he's the best athlete on the field whenever he's out there. And he's really starting to, put a little magic on the ball. And I think he's swinging it around really well. 251 and 2 touchdowns on Saturday. Like I think he's really looking good. Also, we got to give a shout out to Alex Bullock. That dude's
going crazy.
That dude's playing some ball. He makes some unreal catches, and especially with Lofton being out these last few weeks, like he's really stepping up, and I think he's playing at a all conference level without question, probably even all American level. He's going nuts. I think I saw somewhere today. I think Lofton should be coming back soon. I don't know if this week or next week.
Are you reporting that? Is Garrett Greenfield reporting
that? No, I'm not reporting.
On the field against Murray State?
No, not first reported here. We don't want to get any issues with that.
Podcast isn't at that level yet, huh? Yeah. We're not breaking stories.
We don't have that kind of credibility. I don't remember. I saw it on Twitter. I think Coach Jackson was the one who was saying it, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Like, remember what we said? If we're wrong, we were joking. So please, nobody come after us.
And as you were saying about Alex Bullock, thank you, Nebraska. If you didn't want him, we will gladly take him. He's a great player.
Nebraska, where the N stands for knowledge.
Oh yeah.
I heard that a couple weeks. That might be my favorite joke about Nebraska. That's gold. Um, the defense again. I know we talked about it already. The defense is just playing some really good football.
And that's, I mean, it's always kind of been SDSU. Obviously, we both played offense, had a lot of good players on offense, but the best SDSU teams have always just had a lights out defense. And it, you know, the saying always goes back and forth. The best defense is good offense. The best offense is good defense. Because when you're working in tandem with each other, it really helps the other one out in terms of field position and everything like that, time of possession. But yeah, I'm not for being in the stands and kind of feeling the clunkiness. I'm a lot more positive. I'm choosing to stay positive right now.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Um, what I was going to say too about the defense is, uh, I know we talk about all the time, but like as far as the offense goes, having a defense that good, one defense is your defense going to travel. That's going to come with you. And I know, like we used to talk about all the time, that's who they go up against in practice every day. So like that is only going to make them better in the long run as the season continues to wear on. So like I just think everybody again just take a step back, take a deep breath, see it for what it is. 28-point win, can't complain about that. The offense they'll get it clicking. Like I have no doubt about that. So moving ahead, unless do you have any other thoughts about the Northern Iowa game?
Next thing I'm going to say is about the offense, but it refers to Murray State. So you can intro the
Okay.
Racers.
Well, there you have it. Let's carry it on over. The Murray State Racers. We never had the privilege of playing these guys. Really wish we would have. I'm sure it would have been a nice little. I don't. I'm gonna say something that's not very nice. I'm gonna say something.
We would have been out by the fourth quarter.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something not very nice. So I'm just not gonna say anything at all.
You should have said it. The people at home
So
want you to say
they
it.
are now in the Missouri Valley. It's at Murray, right? We're going on the road.
Yep.
Correct. Okay. Here's what I'm going to say about this game. Murray State is 0-6. That is not very good. If this team is what they want to be and who they say they are, these are the games you have to go in and take care of business, and you got to do it fairly quickly. And like I know that in the past, like there were games that we were supposed to win handedly, and we kind of stumbled out of the gate a little bit. Like we were probably in a little longer than we thought we were going to be. And like there's a very fine line between knowing like how you should take care of business and setting the expectation too high. Too is where if you're not up 28 points, if you're not up 28-0 after your first four drives, then you start to panic. You're like, well, what the heck is happening? We're supposed to be like the game's supposed to be over by now, and there's 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Like, what are we doing? We're not playing very well. Like, that's not what you want. But there should be a standard and a demeanor from everybody of this team is 0-6. Let's get in there. Let's do what we're supposed to do. Execute our game plan. Let's get the heck out and let's go home.
Fair. I pulled up their schedule. They are 0-6. They have lost every game. They have not gotten killed in a ton of games, especially their last two games. All right, I mean, they did lose to USD in Vermillion, but they put up 24 points. So it's 49-24. So again, not a close score, but also not the beat down you would expect from an 0-6 team. And then they also hosted Illinois State last week and only lost by 14 in a 46-32 game, which, if you remember correctly, that was also, I believe, the same Illinois State team that 2 weeks ago kept it relatively close with the team up north. So I completely agree with what you're saying. And it's more of a attitude. But when I flip on this game. I want to see them take care of business from a mentality perspective. I would love for them to get out of this game doing base plays, do what they need to, not have to use a ton of tricks, just be able to line up the ball, have that mentality about them and say, we're better than you, we're going to show you we're better than you, and we're going to execute better than
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I think they need to have that swagger about them a little bit, and yeah, like just it just comes down to all right, let's play. This is what we're gonna do. You can't stop. Like there's just they got to have that attitude, um, because again, they're winning, and like I think we're at the point of the year. Like I think if they can start hot and get going quickly, I can't imagine that Murray State's going to put up a big fight. Like that was something we talked about a lot. Like as far as kind of when you get into the middle to later portion of the season, like depending on the program you're playing, depending on their culture, like there were certain teams that you knew if you could jump on them and get a couple touchdown lead, they were going to mail it in. They'd be like, all right, like we're over this. Let's finish out the year and let's go home for Thanksgiving and enjoy ourselves. Like
absolutely.
there were those guys. But then I feel like every single year, like week 10 or 11, we'd run into a team with 4 losses who was like a wounded animal. And they were just willing to scrap and claw and fight with everything they have to try to keep their season rolling. Um, so I don't think that's the case for Murray State. I think if you can jump on them, I think they're gonna mail it in. Um, so yeah, like that makes it all the more important to start fast and just get out of the gate hot and run your stuff.
Yeah, I think you made a great point there. Like their whole season's won, and we were always told this when we were playing. You play a team like this that's not going to the playoffs, their whole entire season is won if they beat us. If they can win one game. They can go 1-11. If that one win is against the Jackrabbits, they don't care. That was a
Success.
success. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they're going places because they don't do that. Staring down the barrel of 0-12, maybe beat Indiana State, maybe.
And I should have said that too. Like I think they'll be ready to go. Like they'll be up for this one. Like at the start of the game, they will be ready because it's like again, I know we've mentioned it before on here. It's like, oh, the Jackrabbits are coming to town. Like this is the game. Like so they're gonna be ready to go. But I think if the boys can start fast, throw up a few points, get a couple stops, create a turnover or two, I think Murray State's going to realize quickly the gap in between the two teams, and they're gonna. I just can't imagine them throwing up a huge fight after if that were to be the case. So
Anything
yeah,
else on the racers from you?
uh, I don't think so. I'm trying to think of like a good like.
We got one last thing about SDSU football before we move on to the rest of college sports.
I was gonna think of like a horse racing joke or something, but I couldn't think of anything. So we'll just
Yeah, the
we'll
worst.
scratch that, edit that out maybe.
Last thing about SDSU football, if you were lucky enough to be at tailgate or at the game this weekend, you saw Tanner Costora and his book Stig, the rise of the rise of South Dakota State football. Me and Garrett were lucky enough to both be interviewed for the book. It's something that I would, neither of us are big readers. This is going to be a book that we definitely read. We're the typical football guys, but this is, I think Tanner did a great job here, truly expressing the how things came about. Stig was and is an icon within South Dakota State and just kind of what the program has gone through, where it started, and especially giving you the insight into Stig and, just kind of the person that he was and how he went about things. Obviously the two of us got to experience him firsthand. Like, absolutely love him. One of the greatest humans. Like, if you've encountered him, you understand what I'm saying. Um, but I highly encourage you guys to go to Tanner's website, tannercostora.com, get yourself a book, give it a read. I promise you won't be disappointed. And yeah, I'm excited to give it a read.
Yeah, you kind of touched on it. I think I might wait for the movie to come out. Like you mentioned, we're not big readers, but no, I'm completely kidding. This book is going to be phenomenal. I can't wait to read it. Shout out Tanner. Um, Tanner's the man. Like we talked to Tanner quite a bit, just all things like SDSU, all things college football, like college sports. He's a great guy, and just another thing, going back to 2021, like I think that was like the first year he like moved here. It was like covering the
Yeah.
Jackrabbits. He did such a great job, like bringing attention to the SDSU football program. Like he is so good at his job. He just I just can't say enough good. Like he knows what he's talking about. He did a great job, kind of expanding the attention that the program got, and just how he's just a good dude. And like I know he did that amazing story on you and your family, like back when we were at SCSU. So he's just a great dude, and he does a great job covering the program, the team, but then also finding individuals to do stories on as well. So
Absolutely.
shout out Tanner. Listen to the Jackrabbit Jump. I'm sure we'll talk to him. We would love to have him on here at some point. But yeah, he's a
I
great
think
dude.
we could
So
work that out maybe.
yeah,
We'll have to
but yeah,
cover his fee, but besides that, we'll be all right.
yeah. Go read the book. It's gonna be phenomenal. Before we move on to the rest of college football too, uh, 7 p.m. kickoff for NDSU in a couple weeks.
Oh,
So
electric.
that goes back to you can't. It has all the makings of a trap game. So you have to be locked in. Just get up on Murray State early, call it a day, and then let's get ready. Let's get ready to rumble, boys, because they're coming to town, and just it's for next week. It's for next week. It's just all right. I can feel myself. I can feel myself getting amped up. We're gonna have to tone it back a little bit. Um, but yeah, NDSU at night, like I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. That it's going to be so much fun for the guys.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm looking forward to it. Got the tickets, gonna be there. Get all day to tailgate. Oh, it's gonna be great.
it is going to be great. That is going to be a lot of fun. All right, moving on. We're going to talk the broader aspect of college football now, starting with the Northwestern Wildcats. Let's hear it up for the Wildcats. Great job. Shout out Coach Lujan, Coach Olson, calling a hell of a game on the road in. Well, I mean now it's not so Happy Valley because things are pretty gloom over there. But obviously Evan and Griffin Wilde over there. Like shout out those guys. My boy Chuck Case. Shout out Chuck.
Oh yeah, free shout out to Chuck.
Free shout out to Chuck, dude. He's the man. I am so happy for all those guys. Like that is a huge win for that program.
I believe if you remember right, someone on this podcast called it out for being the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever and get James Franklin fired.
Yeah, look at us. We are officially this podcast knows ball, so we officially know what we're talking about. And
I was not kidding when I said that.
Exactly,
so
because it came true, so we were totally serious, obviously. So yeah, we talk about the winners first. Great win for the Wildcats. I really hope that they can build on it and keep winning some games going as they work through the Big Ten. But yeah, that was huge.
Yeah, I mean, and yes, Penn State in a little bit of a spiral. They just fired their coach, whatever. If people just see the headlines and read that their quarterback got injured and is out for the year, he got injured very, very, very late in the game. Their starting quarterback was in there the entire time that they got beat. Like Northwestern went in there in a hostile environment and just won the game. Like
they just outplayed them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, yeah, if you didn't get to watch it, like it wasn't like some fluky. They had the ball bounce their way. It was just a lucky win. Like they just flat out outplayed Penn State and they walked out of there with a win. So
it's because they have good online coach, great OC, great guard, great receiver. I mean, when you have those pieces in place, it's going to be hard to beat you.
Yeah, for sure. That old line coach over there, he really knows what the heck he's doing. I know that for a fact. So does the guy who works with him, old Chuckster. Um, yeah, couldn't be happy for those guys. That was just so awesome to see. I'd been monitoring. I watched a little bit of it, and then I had to go to a wedding in the fall, and then but yeah, I was monitoring the score and great win for those guys.
Did you have a game on your phone during the ceremony?
No, I know better. I would get in trouble from.
Better man than me.
I mean, yeah, excuse me. I would never do that. That is disrespectful.
I would never either,
Right.
but I definitely would watch someone in front of me's phone,
For sure. For
theoretically,
sure.
if it
For
was on.
sure. For sure. Um, our boy Mark back on the field. Great to
Good to
see.
see him back.
Great to
Great
see
to
him
see him
back.
back.
Big win for the Hawkeyes.
Yep.
Skunked Wisconsin.
Never really. Does Wisconsin suck? Not to take anything away from Iowa,
Yes.
but like, are they like
Yes.
they're not good? Put it that way.
No,
That,
they stink. They
are
are
they
so
firing their
bad.
coach bad?
Yes. Fickle is out of there.
But who, like, what kind of a Wisconsin guy who played football there would you get that like has a lot of energy and is always on Twitter and can really just get the people going? Just
Yeah, I don't know.
who are you gonna find
If
like that?
if only they had an alumni who over the course of his life has worked his way up to the top level of college football. He theoretically speaking, if he's the head coach at some school in the Mountain West and he's making them relevant for the first time in over almost 2 decades, like full of energy, knows how to build a program, knows how to get people excited. If they're only do you think they know anybody like that? Or is there anybody in college
I don't
football
know, but if
who
they could find someone like that to be the next head coach of Wisconsin, be pretty cool.
that would be pretty cool. That would be sick. That would be
If only though.
yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll never know. So we'll just have to monitor that as it keeps coming. So how do you feel about Penn State getting back on topic? How do you feel about Penn State going into Iowa this week? I think I was feeling great about it until they fired James Franklin.
Yeah. And I
That
still don't feel bad about it because there's one of two ways that it can go. The team is either going to be like, you just fired our coach that we actually liked, or completely out on the season. We're not going to try for the new guy. Or they're going to, call it a dead cat bounce or whatever you want to call it, where you fire someone. It happens all the time in the NFL. Put it this way: Titans just fired their head coach this week. Dead cat bounce. They're going to win this week. They're going to pull some backwards, luck magic where they're like, hey, we got rid of that guy. Let's go. And so I'm a little weary of that, but also, and I can tell that you've never heard that before.
yeah, okay, yeah. I don't disagree with anything you just said, except I have never heard that saying in my life. A dead cat bounce. I haven't heard that before, but I mean, I guess if
Here's the thing.
I totally agree with what
I
you're saying.
This is the first time I've used it in a public setting. So that was one of those where I just kind of went for it.
You've been waiting
But
to use that
also,
one, haven't you?
kinda. You know
Yeah,
what? You
yeah.
know what? If you've made it to this point in the episode,
Felt
let us
forced.
know in the comments. Valid thing to say, very invalid thing to say. Are you on
We
Team Garrett, Team Zach? Let us
we
know.
should yeah, we should put
We'll
a
run a poll.
poll. We'll run a poll. We'll let the people
That cat
decide.
bounce, stupid, cool.
Um, but yes, and also it is a night game at Kinnick, so that's always a coin flip.
It's going to
they're
be a
just
great. I mean, it would be a great place to be to watch a game, right?
yeah, we're gonna have boots on the ground. Hines is gonna
We'll
be
be
there.
there. We'll be there to see it live and in action. Oh,
That,
we'll be ready to report back.
who are you going with? Just you and Emma, or what?
Me and the parents are going down to see the Gronowskis. Get to see
Nice.
them, and then one of my high school buddies, Seth Benson, played ball down there too, so I'll get to see him. He's still living down there, so yeah, it'll be a fun weekend.
Nice. All right, let's go back out west. The Washington State Jackrabbits almost pulled off the impossible.
Would have been cool.
That would have been sweet. Listen, I was not completely surprised by this because Lane Kiffin is on the record saying in their bye week they had been practicing for Georgia, which is just it's Lane Kiffin, so it's not like surprising, but that is just crazy disrespect to be saying that like in the public space and just letting everyone else know that like, hey, we're not even worried about these guys. Um, and I know we put it on Twitter, but like we know a guy in the Washington State building
We know
whose
a couple
job
guys, but
whose
we know one
job
specific guy.
is to scour the internet and just find anything that people say about the football team and use it against him in the most twisted way possible. And he's very, very good at it. Example A, Lane Kiffin's dog took to Twitter, posted the picture of the sign in the locker room, and our guy, Chris, found it. So, and all kidding aside, Chris does do a very good job. And like at our days at SCSU, like we knew when we had we were never 33-point underdogs ever in our life. But like think about it how intentional we practiced and how excited we were and how locked in we were like if we were playing a Big Ten team in the start of the season, like the Iowa game, we never felt like we couldn't go in there and win. And that was part of the culture. That's what that coaching staff has always said. Like they got Chris Crock in there for that exact type of thing. It is just we never for a chance expected to lose any game we played. We could have been playing, freaking Georgia in 2022, and we would have thought we had a chance because that's just the kind of belief that they instill in the building. So, they played well. I thought they played well. They put up a hell of a gritty fight. Um, yeah, it was insane to watch. I really thought they were
It
going to
just
pull it
would have
off for
been
the win.
so cool had they gone in, won that game. Northwestern wins that game. Everything that the Jackrabbits touched just turned to gold. Like, oh, it would have been the perfect weekend
Would have
on
been a
Hobo Day
huge
weekend.
weekend. Yeah,
Just magnificent. But
yeah,
no, still absolutely echo what you said. But it was, you know, I was at the SDSU game, so it wasn't something that I was 100% dialed into. But seeing the score and just being like, are they? Could they? It's just everyone saw this on the schedule and they're like, oh, they haven't been playing the best. Ole Miss is fourth in the country. It's like this shouldn't be particularly close. And it was. And they very easily could have walked out of there with a win. And probably a good sign of things to come for that program.
for sure. That I know we kind of talked about it off here. That is insane that they have to fly across the country again to play at Virginia.
By far the most insane schedule I have ever seen.
And we thought we had it bad when we had to go up to Fargo, then up to Grand Forks 2 weeks in a row. That
Well,
is
they gotta go to
insane.
Mississippi. Do you think they flew back home? They had to have, right?
They had to have. They have school, student athletes.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why they put some of those teams in the Big Ten to go play Rutgers because it makes sense.
UCLA Rutgers, a conference or a classic Big Ten conference game.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, that's brutal.
and let's not forget, so they go out to play Virginia this weekend. And then I believe it is in 3 weeks after that, maybe four, they go back out to Virginia to play James Madison. So they make two cross country trips to Virginia. And
I've heard Virginia's beautiful that time of year. So listen, that year we played in every single time zone in the playoffs.
4 time zones in 4 weeks.
That was terrible. That sucks so bad.
We were all sick by the end of it.
Yep, we were sick as dogs. Back so some more SSU connections. New Mexico, Coach Jack out there lost to Boise State. Um, they're not quite there yet. I would say it's tough to create a complete turnaround in 1 year. I was really hoping they could either win that one or the San Jose one, just to create a little buzz in the college football world. Maybe be the Mountain West team, the Group of Five team, to get in the playoff. Um, the dude knows how to build a program, though. So if he
tell you what, they're fun.
They are fun. They are fun.
Got the people excited.
They are etched in for some sort of crazy play anytime that they are on primetime TV. So just keep an eye out for that. But yeah, what's the rest of their schedule look like? They should kind of take care of business from here, shouldn't they?
I think they've got UNLV. That's a good team. And then kind of the rest of the Mountain West. I feel like that's just kind of one of those conferences where it's kind of they play funky times, they do whatever. It's kind of a hit and miss kind of a thing where it's like, how did that team beat that team? And yeah, the rest of
they should fare pretty well through the rest of the season. So right now they're 0-2 in conference, but they
should go bowling. They should be in bowl game.
I was gonna say they've played. Boise State's 2-0 in conference. San Jose's 1-1. So obviously early in conference play still. So they got plenty of season left for them, for those boys. Okay, what do you think is okay? Listen, we got to give Indiana their flowers. I think they're officially for real now. Which are you a Signetti? No. They didn't play very well. They did not. But are you Signetti?
I think the fact that it was in Eugene holds a lot more weight for me. Had they done that at home, I still think it would have been impressive. But the fact that they won by 10 on the road with College Game Day there and everything surrounding it, very impressive.
Yeah, all that was talked about was how, and I'm sure it is, Autzen Stadium is like, it'll just eat you alive when you go in there. Like, Indiana doesn't stand a chance. I was wrong. Hand up. I missed on this one. Indiana, I think they might be really, really good. So, are you a Signetti guy?
It was the year before we got there, and I believe he was still there when he kicked the shit out of the Jackrabbits in the semifinals. So, no, out on Signetti.
Yeah, I'm out on Signetti too.
That was how I said that part loud and everything else soft. There was a reason behind
it. The year before we got there, the playoff loss, not great. Also, the first time I vividly remember him was on Selection Sunday. I think it was the COVID one. So like the seeding.
He was just complaining about how he didn't get the seed on.
And what did he get, the 2 seed or something? Or
the 2 or the 3.
Something. And he was just on TV. He was just the most arrogant, just unpleasant dude that I just remember watching, like, who in the hell is this guy? But listen, he's unapologetically himself. So, I mean, more power to him, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I like to see it. I think it's good for college football for Indiana to kind of make an emergence, just somebody new on the scene. But yeah, I think I might also be out on Sig, which stinks because Sig is such a sweet nickname to have.
Yeah, can't do it.
Nope, can't do it either. Back to you. Are you ready to admit that Ohio State is good now?
I never said they weren't.
I don't believe that that's true.
What do you mean?
I vividly remember you telling me you had some skepticism about them because they, quote, haven't played anyone yet. Quote.
I'm pretty sure what you're referring to is the test run for the podcast that we did 2 weeks ago that never aired. So that, again, was a test run, not actually my real thoughts. Ohio State, good. Not what I thought 2 weeks ago, bad.
Fair. Okay, valid. That's valid. It was never stricken from the record.
There's no record of it. I don't know what you want me to.
Stricken or struck? Which one is it?
Don't. We're not
You,
that kind of a podcast.
you
Stop.
went you went to
Stop.
college.
Stop. This isn't going to end well for us.
Anyway. Yeah, I don't love it. I'm out on Ohio State. Never been a fan. But yeah, I think they're good. They're gonna be a heavyweight. They're gonna be in the Big Ten championship because like
Oh,
it
yeah.
can they get because like the Penn State game like in the season I was like that could be a big one. They're gonna roll Penn State.
They don't play another ranked team this year.
They just got to get past Michigan at this point, honestly. Which
And Michigan did not look great, but that's never stopped them from beating
I
Ohio
was
State before.
gonna say I
So,
don't think that matters. So, like I said, yeah, we time will tell on the old Buckeyes. Is Texas back from being?
no,
Is Texas back from being back after they have been not back for the last all season, basically?
no.
No,
Oklahoma just isn't as good as everyone thought they were.
no. Oklahoma's fraudulent. They, I want to say they're like essentially the same team, except John Mateer is better quarterback than Arch Manning right now. If his name
He's got a
wasn't
broken hand, so can you say right now? I would say earlier in the season.
okay,
before he broke
okay,
his hand.
I should okay, fair. Arch Manning outplayed John Mateer, which is not to say that Arch Manning played well. He just played better than Mateer because they both played pretty poorly. Oklahoma they have so many flaws, but it's like they hadn't played anyone like Texas had played yet, so they had a 0 in the loss column. So everybody just magically was like, oh, well, that just means they're really good. Not necessarily. Like Texas has just played Ohio State and Florida, and you have not. So that's why Texas has 2 losses and you have 0, but you still have glaring problems on your offense. So no, I'm with you. I don't think Texas is back at all. They might be in for a rough year because you don't get any easier down the season either.
And speaking of a team that Oklahoma beat, that you just said wasn't a good team in Michigan, and I believe you tweeted out from the Back to Back Boys account that we were taking Michigan this weekend, and I immediately texted you and shamed you for giving the people a bad pick.
Yeah, I don't
And I
remember
have
that.
receipts to
That
prove it.
must have been someone else.
Sorry, people. If you listen
Doesn't
to that at
sound.
all, one, shame on you. Two, that was his fault.
Listen, like we said, we're joking unless it works. So obviously I was kidding.
Hey, but
Yeah, I'll listen. I drank the Kool-Aid on Michigan. I did. I thought Underwood looked good the week before. I do think they're going to be good though in the future. Just maybe not this year.
next year
Next
I'll be
year,
in on them.
for sure.
What other games we got?
Kalen DeBoer losing to Florida State week 1 might have been the best thing ever for Alabama. And like I know it's SEC, it's college football, and it's like that's just how it goes. But like to lose week 1 on the road and everybody's like, fire this guy, like get him out of here. Like, granted, that's just the norm. That's just what SEC fans do.
It happens.
But I know we've talked about it. We've been a little worried about Alabama, but they keep winning. Listen, I think Missouri is really good. Like I was very much,
Especially at home.
I very much thought that like that was going to be a win for Missouri that catapults their football program like into a different level, into a different tier. I really thought they were going to get done, but Alabama went on the road and just took care of business.
Yeah. That's
Ooh.
yeah. Honestly, just some of these games it was all
Very-
jacks for me at Hobo Days, so it was a little tough to get
Fair.
the in-depth analysis on some of these.
That's fair. But it is the third weekend in October. Tennessee, Alabama.
Where's it at?
It's in Tuscaloosa, and
That's no fun.
I believe I heard something that Tennessee has not won there since forever, or something
So
like
you're
that.
saying that from the back-to-back Twitter account, we are going to tweet out Alabama this weekend.
I think we have to, don't we?
I mean, we just said it, so book it.
What's the line? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. Doesn't matter. Book it.
Also, I'm still not sold on Tennessee as much as I would like to be. I don't think so. Not yet. Um, although it's crazy that they upgraded at quarterback after losing like a $2 million guy. Now they got Aguilar, and he's just so much better than Nico. let's chalk that one up for the good guys. Good for him.
Yeah.
Good for him. Okay, we should wrap it up. We'll do our gear grinder and our slap hands of the week. Would you like to go first?
It's up to you. What do you got? You got a good one coming for the?
Why don't you take it? The floor is yours. You go first.
Okay. My gear grinder of the week is doing handiwork. Had a faulty hose underneath the sink, was leaking, had a little bit of mold in there. Spent the large majority of last night, probably about 3 hours, putting a new little sprayer attachment onto there, cleaning up the mold, doing all that kinds of fun stuff, only to find out that also the garbage disposal was leaking too. So there were more problems. So that was a very big pain last night. But on the bright side, got it taken care of. Woke up this morning throughout the day, no leaks. Doing all right in that department. Feel good about that. And then my slap hands of the week is going to be the sports calendar right now because there's sports everywhere.
That was mine. Stole it. But continue.
You told me to go first. What can I say? Not gonna be apologetic about it.
Yeah, well.
You've got playoff baseball on right now, which for someone like me who I will always go to a baseball game because I find that entertaining, but I cannot watch baseball on TV. This is the only time I will ever watch baseball on TV. Like it is just electric to watch. And for whatever reason, this is and a regular season game isn't. I don't know what the difference is. Sue me. There's just more. It means more.
It's the same with hockey.
You've got college football. Yeah,
it's the same with hockey. Point. It's just like every moment is like so tense that it's just like has you on the edge of your seat. Like similar to I don't watch the NHL regular season. I love the hockey playoffs.
A big puckhead.
A big puckhead. I do like baseball. I'm a baseball guy. I like baseball.
You're
I don't watch baseball, but I'm seamhead for sure. No. Yeah, continue.
So just you've got the playoffs for baseball on. You've got the NFL season kind of ramping up, and you've got NFL everywhere at this point, regardless of 2 Monday night games, whatever. You got Thursday, you got a London game, you got games scattered all over the place. You've got college football, and I believe we're at the portion of the year where we're starting to get college football on basically Tuesday through Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, because as we are recording this, it is Tuesday at night, and New Mexico State, Liberty playing, Arkansas State, South Alabama. They're not good games, but they're games. And in 4 months from now, we're going to be dying and asking, can we please have college football on a Tuesday night? We have nothing.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to hear anyone complain about having to watch New Mexico State on TV because just keep this, like you just said, keep this in mind when it's the middle of February and you're freezing cold, there's nothing good on TV, and you're just like, wow, I really wish I could watch Miami, Ohio versus the Akron Zips.
Watch a little action. What's wrong with that? Watch 20 people in the stands freeze their butts off watching a game that nobody cares about besides you because there's nothing else on TV. What's wrong with that?
That's what makes college football so beautiful. Also, did you see that Oklahoma State? The dudes
rock. Just the epitome of guys being dudes. And it's just yeah, we're awesome.
That was the funniest sequence I have seen in a long time. That was just the most pure guys just having fun because Oklahoma State stinks.
And before we go too far, for those of you who haven't seen the video, Oklahoma State has already fired their coach, is playing horrendous this year. And an empty section of the stands, one single guy goes up there, takes off his shirt, and just starts whipping it around. And then all of a sudden, there's 4 of them doing it. Then there's 20 of them doing it. All of a sudden, the whole section is just dudes standing there with their shirt off, cheering on a team that is just getting their ass handed to them in the game. But the guys were like, you know what? Guys being dudes. We're going to have some fun.
Listen,
I respect the hell out of it.
let's have a few beers. Let's just go wave our shirts in the upper level of the stadium. Like
It'd be a real
that's
shame if that naturally happened for a night game at the Dyke House.
what a what a
2 weeks.
great way to spend a Saturday with the boys. Just waving your shirt around, having a couple beers. Okay, I will go now. My gear grinder is it's been the past 2 weekends now. I have been much busier on a fall Saturday than I would like to have been. And this is going to sound maybe a little selfish, but on a fall Saturday, I just really enjoy watching college football and doing absolutely nothing. And I haven't been able to do that the last couple of weeks, which is no fault of anyone's. Not going to get into why that might be the case. But leading into my slap hands is guess what I got going on this weekend, baby? Nothing.
What do you have going on this weekend?
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, so you're probably going to end up going to the pumpkin patch?
Nope. I'm
and
out on
maybe
the
apple
pumpkin
picking?
patch. Out. I'm all the way out. Out on all those.
Probably have to
Out.
rake the leaves in the yard.
Nope.
And
Nope. Out. I'm out. All the way out. Also, I should another one of my slap hands, which I really hope that I'm not
slap
jinxing
2
myself.
hands.
I'm really hoping I'm not jinxing myself with this. As you know, I got a puppy last week, and he we put him in the kennel to go to bed at night, and he just doesn't whine or bark, which everyone said he's like, oh, you got a puppy now, it's just you're not going to get any sleep. And me, I'm a bit of a grumpy boy if I don't get my full 8 hours. So
No.
yeah, believe it or not. So Harvey has been phenomenal. He goes to his kennel and he just chills and he goes right to sleep. I can get a good night's rest as well. Wake up early. I don't mind getting up early in the morning. Throw a pot of coffee on, watch the morning news. Nothing wrong with that. But get my sleep. Harvey gets his, and we're rolling, boys. So that is mine. It's been a pretty good week.
Love that. Shout out to Harvey.
Like you said, it's a great time of the year. I love MLB playoffs. Love watching college football. I'm basically. I was going to ask you that. Who are you rooting for? I'm basically anyone but the Dodgers is who I'm cheering for.
Yeah, even though when I was out in LA, I went to a Dodgers game and I watched Shohei hit 2 home runs, and that was sick. I also, I'm a Mariners guy right now. I was going for the Cubs, now Mariners. Cal Raleigh, big dumper. Great nickname, having a great season. Be kind of cool if they won.
Yeah, I don't disagree. As a catcher with over 60 home runs is unheard of. So
was it 62? 61?
I think it's 62 right now. I don't know how many of those are postseason though. But anyway, still insane. But that'll about do it for episode 2. Unless you got anything else to add before we wrap it up.
No, the only thing I'll say is, if other S2SU fans who, you think would enjoy this or whatever, obviously this podcast is just getting going. And we appreciate everyone who watches. If you do want to tell one of your other friends, or you do want to tell someone else that, this has started, even if they don't watch, we would greatly appreciate that too.
Yeah. Kind of what I was going to say too. Please like and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Spotify. Leave some comments. If you hear something in here,
we had a comment on Spotify last week.
Yeah, who's that from? Some
God. What are the guys who throw the ball in football?
M. Gronowski. Was that who it was? M. Gronowski 7.
Is that Rob Gronkowski's son?
Yeah, Dad? That might be. Wait. Here's M. Gronowski 7. Oh, do we know anybody?
Oh, it's got to be Mark.
Listen, shut up, Mark. He said he listened last time, so if we're really going to test him, if he hears this, Mark, shoot me a text if you hear this part. We're going to see how loyal you are. But yeah, tell your friends, like and subscribe, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Twitter. We'll leave all the links on here, and yeah, like I said, we want to interact with you guys. So if you think something we say is stupid, which it very well easily could be,
Definitely was.
and you disagree, just let us know. And or if you think something that you agree with, like, we'll be happy to talk it out with you guys. So
Also, Team Dead Cat Bounce. Let us know. It's a thing.
that is the worst way to end this. But thank you guys. We will see you next Wednesday, and go Jacks.